our house. Today, I will be talking to you why I believe that diet does not play an important role in maximizing the benefits of yoga. Here, I would like to argue that the benefits of yoga can be achieved without placing a strong emphasis on nutritional diet, because yoga primarily focuses on internal processes such as breath control, meditation, and spiritual development. Also, personal freedom is an important factor to be considered. Individuals should have freedom to make their own dietary choices based on their preferences and beliefs. Rigid dietary approach may hinder personal autonomy and enjoyment of yoga. Individual variability is also an important factor. Nutritional needs may vary significantly due to factors such as genetics, metabolism, activity levels, and personal preferences. So promoting a specific nutritional diet may not be suitable for everyone and can lead to unnecessary dietary restrictions or feelings of guilt and failure, which may seriously impact the mental well-being of a person who is already going through stress, anxiety, and depression, and ultimately become counterproductive.
Yes, so I have a doubt. Then according to this, there was a article published by the Times of India. It says almost 40 million children were stunned, or we can say they were mentally and physically disordered due to malnutrition in 21 different states across India. So they were 40 million children. So are you saying that doing yoga can clean all of them?
I don't mean that. I mean that by making everyone prone to specific dietary conditions, it's not possible to make everyone healthy. So there should be personal choices and freedom to choose their own diet. So I believe that everyone should have a good dietary and nutritious food. But my point is that you should not impose a dietary restrictions on when a person is having yoga or practicing yoga.
I have a question.
So what's it?
So you actually mentioned the nutritional diet is not necessary, and yoga is more about breathing and all that. So we all know that breathing and yoga mostly impacts our mental well-being too. So it of course naturally reduces anxiety, depression, and all that. So when we go into nutritional diet, we are also focusing on our physical well-being. The point of being healthy is being healthy mentally and physically. So what are you saying? We shouldn't be physically healthy or something?
I don't mean that we should not be physically healthy. I mean that we should not impose a nutritious diet or something like that on a person who wishes to do yoga. A person should have freedom to choose their own diet.
So what are you suggesting? Are we supposed to choose junk food with yoga?
No, I don't mean that. I mean that person should have their own freedom to choose their own diet. If a person wants to eat junk food, it's up to him. And if a person is doing yoga, it can also, even by eating junk food and doing yoga, it is also good for him because he's at least doing yoga.
So how do you, do you have a way to, let's say, grab the holistic head with junk food and yoga?
Yeah, it's possible because at least if the person is doing yoga, and if we are encouraging him to follow a nutritious diet also, it may discourage him by doing yoga too. So my point is that
That's clear.
my point is that at least he is following a yoga. If we impose a nutritious diet on him too, then it will discourage him from doing yoga too.
We're talking about holistic health. So yoga, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of yoga. Now holistic wellness, as I mentioned, the combination of yoga and a nutritional diet promotes holistic wellness by addressing both physical and mental well-being. Yoga exercises and enhances flexibility, strength, and balance, while a nutritious diet provides essential nutrients to support overall health. Then there is mind-body connection. Yoga emphasizes the mind and body connection, and a nutritional diet supports mental clarity and emotional stability. I would like to highlight that. Yoga aids in weight loss by improving metabolism, building lean muscle mass, and reducing stress-induced eating. A well-balanced diet provides necessary nutrients while controlling calorie intake, promoting weight loss or maintenance.
I would like to add something to that. As the Dutch philosopher Erasmus once said, prevention is better than a cure. So instead of curing our mental and physical problems with yoga and creating those problems in the system, why not just prevent it from happening with nutritional diets? Even in nutritional diets nowadays, there is a lot of chemicals and pesticides. So what can qualify as a nutritional diet?
Well, what can qualify as the best diet, or you said that we can just give it to any diet we want. Like we don't have to follow a nutritional diet, and we can just follow yoga. What do you say? Like what's the diet that approach is the healthiest?
That's my question to you. I just asked the same question to you. What qualifies as a nutritional diet?
You made the same points earlier, so you are asking the question we have.
But my answer was that yoga doesn't need a nutritional diet to be. Yoga does not need a nutritional diet to be carried on. We can eat whatever we want and still do yoga because it creates a positive impact on our life by having a positive mental health and all. So my question to you is what qualifies as a nutritional diet? Because nowadays everything is full of pesticides and chemicals and all. So there is no, how can we make a distinction between good food and junk food? Because junk food has a lot of problems with it. But at the same time, but at the same time, nowadays nutritional diet also, because in market and all, there is no good food and all. Because everything is full of chemicals, pesticides and also everything has its own problem. So what can qualify as a nutritional diet?
Well, the nutritional diet I'm talking about, vegetables, fruits, grains and all that, is much healthier than the junk food. That's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't say that it's the only healthiest thing. Of course, as you made the point, it has pesticides in it. But it's healthier than the junk food. That's what we're talking about.
Pesticides are healthier than the junk food.
Not pesticides, the vegetables
Vegetables with pesticides.
are healthier than the junk food. Any questions? I talk to any questions.
The strong oil came from the side. The tubers into pesticides. And you were telling the junk food that is better than the junk food.
Yes.
Is it?
Vegetables with pesticides.
Two pesticides. How to prove that? So, what you can do is at your home, so not to farm. That's the only solution.
No, sir. As Milind said, we might not have the resources to farm and things, right? So the only thing we can do is resort to what is available. The only thing we can do is resort to what are the available resources. That is the vegetable and pesticides, which is much healthier than hamburgers and pizza and all. That's what we're talking about.
So I told you the same thing. Many people don't have access to those kind of food.
Uh-huh.
You are saying that junk food is cheaper than vegetables. Yeah, at many places and around the world there are many places where junk food is more accessible to people.
Yeah.
And are you saying that they don't have to do yoga?
Yeah.
That they should not do yoga?
Because
people demand it.
So we can conclude. Junk food has its own problems. So many animal plants, engines are there, it leads to hormone